Everybody, and welcome back to the Sportsman's Warehouse in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm Dearal Rodgers. I'm here off the Piney Grove Road exit, one of my favorite places to be. And let me mention that Sportsman's Warehouse this week is paying you taxes on anything you buy in the store. I think there's a couple days left on that. And all this stuff right here, I'm going to be buying when I leave here, and also get some more stuff. So y'all come on down, make sure you get you some good products, and let Sportsman's Warehouse pay your taxes. We want to talk about a couple of tournaments that's coming up on Clarks Hill, really big tournaments where you can make a lot of money. And I want to give you some of my suggestions of what I would try, and hopefully I'll get down there to fish one of those tournaments. There's two tournaments that we're talking about. One is the Buckeye Lures Fishing Bowl. This is where they're going to have a tournament for you and also cook. First place is $5,000, and I think the entry fee is only $75. That's going to be the 27th of this month, 27th of November. I'm sorry, the 20th of November, and going to be a real good tournament. The other tournament is actually on the 27th, and that's the Toys for Tots, and I think they're guaranteeing $2,500. Both of those tournaments are at Wildwood Park. So let's talk about Clarks Hill a little bit. Clarks Hill is a really good lake, a unique lake. It has herring in it, so that changes everything when it comes to bass fishing. It's a clear reservoir. I fished up there quite a bit. I really love the lake, and if I was fishing up there in the fall, there would be two phases. You know, in the fall, during the day that you're fishing in the fall, there's always two parts of the day, the morning and the afternoon. Normally, in the morning, the fish are least active. So what I target is fish that are staging up in the morning, not active, and then in the afternoon, the fish get warmed by the sun, they get more aggressive, and they start roaming. Now, when I look for fish in the morning, what I'm going to look for is a steeper bank around rocks, because that's where they're going to stage. And a lot of times what I like to use is two baits for that. One is a crankbait. This crankbait here is made by Lord Jensen. It's called a speed trap. You'd be surprised at how many pros throw this bait. It's an excellent bait. It can be worked like a rattle trap and also like a shad wrap or a crankbait. Excellent cold water bait. This is two primary colors and two sizes, an 1/8 ounce and a 1/4 ounce. Either size will work fine. But when you're targeting staging fish in the fall, that's a really good bait. So the speed trap, and also you know, Buckeye Lures makes the spot remover. They designed these lures to work on Clarks Hill. Excellent bait to drag around the rocks for staging fish. Put your trick worm on there. This is an excellent bait to catch those staging fish. Another thing is, you know, this time of year, the top water bite is off a little bit. And the way you catch those fish in the morning when they're least active is to use a swim bait. This is a Strike King Shadowlicious swim bait. It's one of the best on the market. Buckeye Lures makes a swim bait head, J-Wheel swim bait head that I usually run on this bait right here. But the key for this bait is you're looking for that one big bite. You know, it's not going to catch you numbers of fish. You want to reel it slow. Don't be afraid to reel this bait toward the bottom. You know, when the fish are inactive, reel it toward the bottom. A lot of people think that to fish a swim bait, you got to fish it near the top of the surface and see them eat it. Well, that's not the case. You can also reel it underneath the water. So try that. That's got a herring color there. It looks much like a herring. And a couple other baits that are staples for Clarks Hill, of course, are the Flukes. In my right hand, this is the new swimming fluke that they have here at Sportsman's Warehouse. I haven't used these personally, but I'm almost 100% sure they'll work just by looking at them. Really neat, unique bait. And then the white fluke, I mean, you can't go wrong in the fall with that. You can fish both of these baits slow and trigger those inactive fish to biting. So we got the morning covered. You know, we got the fish that are inactive. We got the baits that we're going to use to catch them. What about in the afternoon? You know, after 12 o'clock on a sunny day in the fall, the fish get really active. Well, guess what I'm going to do then? That's when I'm going to break out my top waters. A lot of people don't understand that. But top water is for active fish. And in the fall, they're most active in the afternoon. So that's when you want to throw these Super Spooks and Spook Junior. This is a custom painted bait. It's painted by Buckeye Lures. It's a color that's guaranteed to work on Clarks Hill. I think they call this albino, if I'm not mistaken. They call it blue glimmer, I'm sorry. But it's definitely the color of albino. It's got premium hooks on it. A great bait just to walk it across the points, across the flats. Those active fish will come up and get it. Double bladed me, and I really like it in the fall. You know, a lot of times in the fall they're chasing small bait on the flats, and that really well, better than any other product I've ever seen. And so that's definitely, if y'all are out there fishing, you know, today's Veterans Day. Don't forget to thank a veteran. Take a Kid Fishing. Thanks for tuning in to Angler's Channel, and we'll see you next week.